The fifth horseman, Tiny Violin. Without a doubt, the greatest hardcore World of Warcraft player to ever exist in the game's history, and most likely in the future, has been banned by Blizzard for choosing to do God's work.
Tiny Violin banned. Banned while he was streaming. He goes on to say that this does not impact future Judgment Days, but only fuels him for fire to continue.
Obviously. Hey, if you ask me, yeah, dick move. If you were in that trade, you would probably not be happy if someone did that, right? But it is a part of the game. Minecraft character self-deletion is a constant part of life. So why should it be different in World of Warcraft? He chose his way out.
It seems as though the ban reason was for third-party software rather than griefing.
Huh. That's hard to honestly believe.
No.
No.
Oh, wow, we just got banned, chat.
No.
Wow.
No.
Rip legend.
Oh.
Wow, guys, Blizzard just got us, guys.
No.
Sad. A sad day.
Alright. Just like that, guys, Blizzard got us.
Oh my god.
Wow, you guys saw it here live.
Do you think Blizzard maybe banned him because Blizzard's racist?
Extremely American thing to do, instantaneously just calling anything they see racist and sexist and all those other buzzwords. But, man, is it this bad, Asmon? Is it really that bad that, I mean, how is it even possible?
Do you think Blizzard banned him because they're racist? I think that could be it. Is that it? Okay.
Wow, Blizzard is such fucking losers.
Is he black? Is Tiny Violin black? Is that the point?
Oh god. Okay. All right. So
no, it doesn't look like he's black. So why? Why?
And there it is here.
They're very, like, you should have gotten some gear first. I wish they gave me gear, but they're very, like, corrupt loot council.
Oh, I saw this part.
Very corrupt loot councils.
Okay, so Judgment Day 3 is...
Of course, every loot council is corrupt. There's no way of not making corrupt, okay? Hey, let me explain to you. Loot counseling, all of that garbage in World of Warcraft, okay? Loot Council, in my opinion, is actually far worse than GDKP ever was, and does more damage than that. Because the reality is, if your guild is loot counseling, and if you were not a core part of the guild from day one, you're probably only getting gear when everyone else of the big people in your gear have gear. Okay? Need, main spec, anything else is greed, is the way that the world should be built. Okay? Otherwise, it's just classically unfair. Oh, but then people who don't do enough to get the gear. Yes, but any other way, everyone else, you know, from the people who were there at the beginning are always going to get the gear. It's unavoidable.
Is coming soon. Coming off the back of what he describes as Judgment Day 2, Tiny Violin is already planning Judgment Day 3.
My hero. As they say, God can do all of the work.
It seems as though his vendetta against Hardcore Elite will not end until he sees the guild disband on Hardcore Classic.
Damn, boy.
Guild, I took raid mats out of their guild. They got fucking beamed, and we're going fucking hard, guys. We're gonna go fucking hard. Judgment Day 3.0 is coming soon. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be fucking undercover, and we're gonna beam the fuck out of those blue-haired nerds. What was the reason for the grief? because they're fucking blue-haired nerds, and bad things happen to bad people.
Hey, you got me already on the blue hair part. I'm completely down and support it.
HC Elite are scum.
Bad things.
Oh, and don't give me any of that, you know, Savik Scrag. Oh, people should not do that. Shut the fuck up.
It's happened to bad people.
Exactly.
I mean, it really is just that simple, isn't it?
And bad things happen to good people also.
Literal scumbags.
I mean, there it is. It's not even
What if
his
they
fault.
apologize to me? No. The only way I'll stop is if they all fucking disband and quit playing.
The only way they can apologize is by dying.
Exactly. I like that.
I'm gonna send each and every one of them to fucking Era. I'm not gonna stop until HC Elite doesn't fucking exist anymore. I'm not fucking done here, guys. Guild.
That's good.
What?
Hey, if there's one thing I like to see, that's dedication, okay? Hey, someone like him probably is gonna amount to life 50 times more than people who are crying about him being evil and that you should not do that. At least he has shown dedication, okay? The average person can't even show a tiny amount of dedication for anything. This guy has shown more dedication than a bucket.
Did they do?
Corrupt, evil. What else needs to be said?
This really is edgy. Yeah, but to be fair, this is more entertaining like WoW content than we've had for a while, right?
Yeah. When Hardcore got announced, you can look back at those old videos, and I said day one, I can't wait until people ruin raids and wipe raids instead of quitting. And it's gonna be great. Because what are you gonna do? Are you really just gonna say, well, I'm quitting Hardcore, and then just, you know, like, quit? Nah! No, you're taking people with you, obviously.
I mean, look, man. See, this is what would have happened to me if I watched Death Note whenever I was 16. I'm telling you guys, like, I recently went through, I've been watching part of it, and thank fucking God I didn't watch that whenever it came out. Oh, fuck.
Huh?
This 100% would have been me. Here's the thing. Why doesn't Blizzard just permanently ban any account that he plays on stream?
They actually have real reasons.
Why don't they just IP ban him?
You can't IP ban them.
Why don't they shut down his Twitch channel?
There are actually things that I don't remember the reason, but there's a legitimate reason why Blizzard does not IP ban people. Why most games don't actually ban IP ban people ever. There's a legit reason for that.
Well, just DMCA the Twitch channel. They can contact Twitch and have his account shut down, and they'd shut it down. Twitch would shut it down instantly. So why don't they do that?
Would they?
If Blizzard really has a problem with this, why don't they put their money where their mouth is and actually do something about it?
Would they actually do that? Would Twitch just succumb to Blizzard saying, hey, we don't like this? No, first of all, it would be a PR disaster for, you know, Blizzard yet again. Because it doesn't matter if you like or dislike this guy. You should be smart enough to figure out that, hey, Blizzard going around places and shutting down people who they don't like outside of World of Warcraft, that's kind of bad. That's kind of really bad.
That's what I think. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. And so, if Blizzard really cares, they should show that they care. Because here's the truth. This person is going on a harassment campaign for other people that are customers. He's
exactly. By the way, I agree. I know that. I'm still for it.
Harassing your customers. And so, as funny as this is, if you were Blizzard, what the fuck would you do? So it's like, it's against the TOS, And it's against, by the way, it's against Twitch's TOS to break the game's TOS. It's clear that he's doing this. Why
is it actually against the TOS of World of Warcraft? Does it say that you... Oh, he probably just means the harassment part. Yeah, it probably actually is without question. Yeah, it probably is without question, yeah.
Twitch letting him do it? Why is Blizzard letting him do it? Because they don't care. But it's not harassment, it's Judgment Day. And you know what I think? I think that's what Blizzard thinks. Because if they didn't, they're the only people who can actually do something about this. I can shake my head and wag my finger and be like, you should not do this! This is the wrong thing to do! This isn't what Consequence was meant to be! And nobody...
Pretty much is. Actually, pretty much probably 100% is.
Gives a fuck. And it doesn't matter, and nobody cares. Because I can't control what other people do, but Blizzard can, and they don't. So if you have the power and you don't use the power, then you're allowing the bad thing to happen.
Oh, wait, no. Does it count as harassment? Because he's not saying people, he's just guild. Would that actually count? Because he's not harassing technically anyone specific. He's just harassing the guild. Guild that is non-specific. I really wonder if this actually falls under harassment. By legal terms, does this actually fall under harassment if he's not harassing any specific person? And he just states his goal is the disbandment of a guild. And he's not going to stop until it is. He's kind of admitting to doing the wrongdoing if he says that he's not going to stop until they harass, because that implies that he does something. But does that actually count by legal definition? I really wonder.
They know about this. Do you really think that Blizzard doesn't know this happened? Of course they do. So they're letting it happen. He got banned. He got banned on one account. So what? Just make a new account. What can they do? You ban his account. You IP ban his account. You maybe even, if he says anything crazy, you contact the authorities to have a wellness check on his house to intimidate him. You get his Twitch account banned.
To intimidate him? That now then he can sue. You contact the authorities to do a wellness check. Obviously, he doesn't mean it literally, right? Then why would he do that? Why would the authorities actually respond to that's now we're going crazy.
You hardware ban. That's what I'd do if I was them. Too far?
Hardware ban?
I know. No, you don't understand. So I am very much in agree. Like, my belief is that whenever somebody exhibits bad behavior, you need to be unfair, because fairness can be calculated and unfairness can't be calculated. And so if you're unfair, that means that people can't predict what you do. And people are more afraid of the unknown than they are of almost anything else. So if you can be unpredictable, you can trick people and make them scared to fuck with you. But if you're predictable, then you can be controlled. Never be predictable. If you want people to be intimidated by you and you want people to follow your rules...
Yeah, historically that has not worked out, by the way, okay? I was thinking that maybe he's saying that draconic rules are fine, which they are, by the way. I'm 100% supporter of draconic rules. If you murder someone, you get executed live television, but before that you get tortured. Watch the crime rate literally become non-existent over the first time that this gets done. Amazing. Amazing outcomes. But no, I'm not sure if he's actually applying this. He's really implying just be unpredictable, you know? One time you're a puppet master, and then you're like a knife-wielding pirate, or some stupid bullshit like that. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're gonna be unpredictable, no one's gonna care. What makes people fear things is predictability of bad outcomes. What doesn't make people fear things is the unpredictability of Blizzard, that they'll do something, maybe they won't do anything. Here's someone begging, here's Blizzard just banning 100 people for no reason. You know, this unpredictability doesn't do anything. Being actually predictable, that installs fear into people.
Never apply them evenly. Because if you do, then people will find the line and continually push it. That's why it's a good thing to occasionally, like, break your...
Okay, yeah, the line thing does make sense, but, you know, you just draw the line good enough, okay? And when people are trying... And obviously, when people are trying to figure out where the line is, you just ban the people who try to figure out where the line is. Problem solved. If Twitch did that, there would not be any Twitch Tot scandals. Because because no one would even try to figure out where the line is.
Your own rules completely, like, YouTube does a great job at this. YouTube does a great job at just randomly, occasionally just banning people for really bullshit. Just to show we don't give a fuck about you. Don't even think about pushing the line, because if you do, we might ban your account for no reason, and we don't care. You realize this stuff is what...
Does YouTube actually do that often? I think YouTube has not actually done that often, have they? Leafy got banned for no reason? No, there have been a lot of accounts that have been terminated for no reason, no prior violations or anything.
Dictatorships do? People wouldn't hate dictatorships, and they wouldn't be such an important part of history if they didn't work. It works. Censorship for things works. Like, people wouldn't keep censoring things if it didn't.
Is his argument China exists?
Work. I'm not about whether this is ethical or not. This is not my... I don't like getting into these conversations that much because it's always a value judgment. I'm saying if you see this behavior...
Good deflect.
This is how to make this behavior stop. Now, if you're not willing to do that... Okay, sure. But that's what will make the behavior stop. Name one successful
Okay, his thing about the dictators is completely off. None of them have been successful. All of them have been gotten rid of.
Dictatorship?
China?
Okay. I would say that I think China is pretty close to that.
Yeah, China's not actually close to that. Xi Jinping is constantly looking over his shoulder for an assassination, because China is what a lot of people would falsely refer to as a democratic communism dictatorship, or some combination of 2 or 3 of these bullshit words. Okay? China's not successful. Xi Jinping literally needs to constantly look over his shoulder for someone trying to throw him into prison because he's an enemy of the communist state. People hate China, and the biggest problem with dictators is that the only possible outcomes... And let's look at a real dictator, for example, Mussolini. Okay? When you look at a real dictatorship... The problem with it becomes very easy over time. It's true that a good dictator, a smart dictator, can actually make a lot of good things happen. But that's only for a certain amount of time. You see, when you're in an echo chamber and everyone says yes, otherwise they may be killed by a bunch of ravenous dogs or blown up by an explosive for fun, you know, people kind of fear saying no to you. Because, as life has proven, anyone who has been in a high or even reasonably high position in any large business, or, you know, larger business than 3 people, is going to easily attest to one thing. The fastest way to get fired is telling your boss no. You always need to tell them yes most of the time, okay? If you say no to your boss's ideas, if you publicly call them stupid, essentially, by saying, I don't think that's going to work, you're gonna get fired. And in a dictatorship, you get killed. Which is arguably not worse. So, you know, it is what it is. So from that point, the following thing happens with dictators. Dictators are led into echo chambers, and now every idea that they make is fantastic. And considering they don't understand life any longer for, you know, the poor people, the average people, now that they have surrounded themselves with a certain class of people, they can no longer relate and really understand the problems that every other class is facing. So they can't make good judgments for them. And this is what's happening in China to a certainly high degree. A lot of lies. Almost everyone who lives in China understands that the Communist Party is literally full of shit. They eat gutter oil. 30% of their oil served in restaurants and foods and whatnot is literally from a street ditch and refined and causes cancer and shit. Everything is corrupt. You can pretty much bribe any official with just a pack of cigarettes, and everyone who just wants power and an easy life goes to work as a cop, because then you have the right to pretty much beat up anyone, as long as it doesn't get filmed and doesn't get traction on, you know, the Chinese social media. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, China's absolutely completely done. And they lie about everything. For example, their economic situation is 40% overstated or something like that at this point, judging from energy consumptions that would be expected of what they are reporting in productions and whatnot, which is an undisputable fact, by the way. So, you know, China doesn't actually work. China is yet to crumble, but it's soon to crumble. We already had the collapse of Evergrande, okay? We are currently seeing the collapse of a country that has been inlaid with tens of years of non-stop corner-cutting corruption and abuse of the masses.
Russia?
Russia is literally a shithole.
Rome? Well, I mean, Rome's not around anymore. I mean, and it's also like, really, you're not talking about a
Was Rome a dictatorship? Wasn't it a parliamentary something?
Dictatorship.
Wasn't it a parliamentary not dictatorship, oops. Parliamentary democracy or something like that?
You're talking about like a massively powerful government. And either way, it's not even about like dictatorships. What I'm saying is that like an exercise in power, and to exercise power in an unequal way, is very powerful because it exhibits...
Wait.
Is very powerful. Even about like dictatorships. What I'm saying is that like an exercise in power, and to exercise power in an unequal way, is very powerful because it exhibits...
That's a lot of the word power in like 6 words.
It's the fact that people shouldn't fuck with you. And that's why in like a lot of these like shows...
Yeah, that's, I mean, this is just random gibberish at this point, isn't it? Exercising power in random ways is not gonna make people fuck with you? No! Brutally killing and murdering and showing people that you shouldn't be fucked with is not gonna make people not fuck with you.
For example, in like movies, you see like in real life, right? It's based off real life. A lot of like mafia things, they massively overreact to things.
Mafia doesn't massively overreact to things. Their rules are extremely set, okay? The Mafia have actually a very strict set of rules that they follow it, and anyone who comes even close to breaking these rules could potentially be dealt with. And when someone breaks these rules, they are not overreacting. They are just dealing out the punishment that is to be expected. And they are further not overreacting. They are exactly reacting as they want, because their goal is to punish someone so publicly, so brutally, that other people will now not even attempt it
in order to set a precedent not to ever push the rules. And this is what...
Yeah, but that's completely not random.
You do in any situation like that. It reinforces that you have all the power and you can do what you want. Yes. And so if Blizzard wanted to shut this down, yeah, it's better to be feared than...
Okay, now we're completely off the predictability question thingamajig. Okay, now it's no longer about being unpredictable. Now it's just about being extremely predictable.
Loved. Absolutely. And if Blizzard wanted to shut this down, they could.
Yeah.
They choose not to. They alone have the power to do it. So the fact that he exists and he's doing this is completely Blizzard's fault. They are God.
I like that he exists. Anyway, I'm done. Anyway, this was Quizzer Sid saying thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.